Welcome back to Combust Astrology. My name's Liv. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, I'm actually going to be covering this Mercury entering Aries transition, and we're going to be looking at how it is that the lessons we've learned throughout these past few months about Mercury in the sign of Pisces has changed us. It's finally over. Congratulations, you've made it. So let's dive in. So here on this chart, if we do focus on Mercury, we can see that it left its retrograde period earlier on in the month of April. And now that it is conjunct Neptune, it begins a bigger cycle of something that I've been kind of mentioning out in my Patreon group, that Mercury and Neptune conjunct is saying, I can have it. I can absolutely have it. And it's coming right after we have the full moon in Libra. And the whole point of that full moon was to kind of teach us to be okay to be second and not be there. But now it's like there's a subtle shift in the tone of what now feels like we have to not just be first place, but we need to be the first place. Pluto in Aquarius is going to sextile this placement. And it's really going to exacerbate that even more. But for me, this direct is a storyline that we've been following since earlier in March. And what it has taught us for the past month is that you can have exactly what you want. You can dream it, you can make it your reality. The patience was whether or not you were able to wait to execute. And these past 3 weeks have been that test. Regardless of where it is that you do have Mercury and Venus, as they weren't in Aries and they were retrograding back into Pisces, you were shown that. You were shown the ability to just let go and be free. Some people failed. Some people did it. And right now, the biggest point of time when this does go direct is moving forward. How will you take that lesson of your self-values and move along with it and still be balanced? That full moon happening before was to teach you that it's okay. You've been through a lot, but it's okay. You'll get through it. Mars here is having a square to the Sun in Chiron. So this is still somewhat of an emotional time. And as Mars is leaving to go into Leo, we're still reminded of that. Overall in this chart, we want to see, well, where is Mars overall? Said that twice. So if we look at Mercury, with it being in Aries, we're Scorpio. Scorpio is sitting in Lilith, Juno, and Vesta. And so maybe refinement in that obsession that you have, maybe it's the call to action to go inward versus outward. Juno is retrograded and it is going to trine Mars in Cancer. This makes a sort of kite formation. When you look at the other placements that are still in Pisces, which is Venus, Saturn, and the North Node, with the South Node in Virgo. So here you have the emotional, obsessive desire to create a safer environment for you based on the values and ideas that you need compared to where you are now. And it's pretty trigger happy, if you would say so, because it just feels surreal. It feels like a survival need because of Aries. While Pisces is sitting there, conjunct the Venus, the Saturn, the North Node, and saying to itself, when will I have this? And I think that is the subtle thing that adds to that desire. When I said Pluto is going to exacerbate that for the next few weeks. Because like Saturn and Venus together in Pisces is like, I want this thing so badly, but I keep being taken away from it. No matter how hard I try, I don't seem to be getting it. But I did kind of experience it in the past 2 months. I kind of went through the hell of what it could be or what I shouldn't be around. And so now it's that reassessment of the long term again. You're free from having to wait, but it's like as you're walking towards this goal, think about it if it's truly worth it. The Aries here does not want to think, and I've said that already. But when I look at the continuation of Mars through here, especially as it becomes trine to, sorry, Mars, I meant like to say Aries, as Mercury in Aries is here and it's next to Neptune, don't get pulled so far off to where you lose sense of reason now that it's been go time and you're itching to get back in. Take it slow and subtle. I know that's the opposite of Aries, but Taurus season's right around the corner. Yeah. Give yourself a good tempo because when Venus enters back into Aries, it carries on the same feeling. And that's pretty much it. At the end of every retrograde cycle, you're left with what you've learned and how you will move forward. So I guess the biggest thing for you is to assess that and move forward with your chin up high because you've gone through quite an insane retrograde cycle. Thank you for watching. My name is Liv, and this is Canvas Astrology.